We are now going to look at the relative proportions of different kinds of tissues in the different arteries. Arteries are obviously not all the same. We have the aorta, the pulmonary artery, which both branch into smaller arteries, and then the arteries branch into arterioles. So the major arteries that are closest to the heart have to withstand the highest pressure, because remember, the blood pressure is highest in the aorta and the pulmonary artery, which are the arteries that are closest to the heart. So because of this, they have elastin fibers which recoil as a response to the pressure in order to withstand the pressure. We have a lot of elastin fibers. We have a lot of collagen fibers which will give strength to the walls of the arteries. So what we have most in these arteries is elastin fibers and then collagen fibers. You also can see that they have a really big diameter as compared to other kinds of arteries. So when we have the pump of pressure, elastic fibers are going to expand in order to allow for this blood that is rushing into these arteries to take space. After this surge of pressure, the elastic fibers will recoil, they return to their original length. When they do that, this recoil is going to squeeze the blood to move it forward. This is how we start the flow of blood. So it's important to have a lot of elastic fibers at these arteries. Then we go into medium-sized arteries that are further away from the heart. We see that we have almost the same amount of collagen fibers, since these also have to have some strength to them. We have less elastin fibers. You see that the diameter is obviously smaller, since these are branches of the main arteries, so they have to be thinner. They have almost the same amount of collagen fibers, since they also have to withstand pressure. They have less elastin fibers than the main arteries, but they have more smooth muscle. These muscle fibers will contract or relax in order to change the size of the lumen, so they either dilate or constrict, and this is how they control the blood flow. By dilating and constricting, they are causing pressure, which will change the velocity of the blood traveling. And now we have the arterioles with the smallest lumen, the smallest diameter, which makes it hard for blood to flow through the vessel, so it's going to flow slower. We have a lot less elastin fibers. In fact, the least amount of elastin fibers is in arterioles. We have less smooth muscle than in the medium-sized artery. However, we still have more smooth muscle than in the aorta, and we have less collagen fibers. Arterioles are going to control the amount of blood flowing into an organ. So by this, they regulate the activity of the organ, since blood is going to transport a lot of things to this organ. So these are the main arteries, the medium-sized arteries, and the arterioles, and what makes up every single one of them.